Hi YouTube, Josh here normally with the channel ZZZ Giant Awake and the Recklessly Skeptical podcast. It's Saturday on the Breakfast Club. So I wanted to continue on what Got Hat Funk brought up on Monday about Barack Obama. He asked the question of how do we think Barack Obama will be remembered. Now I'm going to move forward on that and say how I think Barack Obama should be remembered. So I listened to his 2008 speech in preparation for this video. And that was the acceptance speech for the Democratic nomination, not for the acceptance speech as presidency. And in that nominational speech, he talked about the platform that he was running on and the platform he would run on against John McCain. I've made a list of things that he talked about, both that that essentially what he promised the American people he would try and get done. Also in this video, I'll talk about the things that he did successfully do and the things that I feel he has done to betray the positions that he's supposed to uphold. So as far as in his speech, the platform that he was running on and the issues that he brought up were personal achievement, the failing economy, healthcare, education, stopping tax breaks for the rich, preventing the privatization of Social Security, having enough money for individuals to build a savings account, income for the middle class going up, oil independence, meaning oil independence from any other country by both using our own oil reserves as well as moving to renewable energies. Tax breaks for the middle class and lower classes. He promised us high-paid teachers to improve our education, affordable college, and then equal pay for equal work, essentially talking about the wage gap, veteran care, and removing our troops from the Middle East. Now the things that I think that he did somewhat successfully was Obamacare, and I think that that will indicate how he's remembered more than anything else. As well as who we elect next and how that ends up going. If we end up electing a Republican who is a fundamentalist and we end up going back on a lot of policies, that'll both hurt and help Barack, because after a while of having the new person in presidency, we'll see how bad the laws can get. The other thing is that they'll essentially erase all of the work Obama has done, preventing us from remembering anything positive. So, I mean, there's some give and take there. You could take it either way. He also gave us a first-time homebuyer break. He did remove the troops from the Middle East, but whether that he did so in a successful and useful way is questionable. Through an executive order, he provided amnesty for many Hispanic people living here illegally. He got the Cuba deal done, which now allows us to have economic relations with Cuba. He did close the Iran deal, which I think he did so successfully, even though the PR with it has been not so great. And also something that I think he'll get credited with, that I'm not sure if he deserves credit with, is marriage equality, as well as Don't Ask, Don't Tell being pulled off the books. From listing these things, it might sound like I approve of Barack Obama. And another thing that I should note is that compared to the other candidates that were available at the time from the Republican side, as in John McCain and Mitt Romney, I would vote for Obama again. But do I think that he was successful as a president? And I would have to say no. I would say that he was frustrated by Republicans, especially in his second term. And the other thing is I felt like he ended up compromising on a lot of things, as well as he betrayed a number of the issues that he fundamentally ran on. So as far as human rights goes, and our own rights as American citizens, he betrayed those in a few different ways. He broadened the power of the NSA, essentially encroaching drastically on our privacy rights. Some examples of this, and also some examples of human rights violations, was Guantanamo Bay. He passed the NDAA in the middle of the night on New Year's Eve, again under the same umbrella, and he passed CISA. He signed that into law with the last bill that came through, last spending bill specifically. Another thing that I thought he was terrible on, and that I don't think any Democratic person should be proud of, let alone any American citizen should be proud of, is the drone program. I think the drone program overseas, while it might be saving American lives, has been terrible for human rights in general, as well as I mean, we have a constitution that we uphold not because it's good in theory, but it's because it's principally sound. When we betray those principles, even if it's with a different country, we betray those principles altogether. Now, one of the more astounding things that I saw and that I am noticing during Barack Obama's presidency is that despite us having to bail out the big banks, despite that, he has been an ally to Wall Street. He has not done anything to prevent another bailout being necessary, such as by putting Glass-Steagall into place or breaking up the big banks. He has not once, to my knowledge, said anything about addressing campaign finance reform, which is the biggest and most atrocious thing that we're allowing to go on, is that essentially we're allowing big businesses to buy favors from our politicians, as in allowing our politicians to work for special interests instead of the American people. So because of these betrayals, I have absolutely no problem, and it's not because he's been too far left or has attacked the Second Amendment in some invisible fairy tale land, but because he's betrayed the principles that he ran on and that I care about. I, again, without hesitation, can say, fuck you, Barack Obama. Peach, you're up tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And until next week, take care.